awakening and liberation. The Guru Granth Sahib is full with references to Naam, highlighting it as a path to mukti. Amrit Vela Sach Nau Vadiyai Vichar indicates that the early hours are the best for meditating on Naam. As young Sikhs, we can cultivate Naam by integrating it into our daily lives through practices like Kirtan and Nityanam. Regularly reciting Gurbani and participating in Sangat are practical steps to keep our minds focused on Naam. Staying connected with Naam in our fast-paced, technology-driven society can be very challenging. Distractions, peer pressure, and time management are all common obstacles. To overcome these, we can set aside dedicated time for Naam Simran, create a supportive environment, and stay committed to our spiritual goals. Nityanam and Kirtan are vital in strengthening our connection with Naam. They provide a structural routine for engaging with Gurbani and create a spiritual atmosphere that uplifts the soul. Kirtan in particular allows us to experience the joy and tranquility that comes from singing God's praises. Historically, many Sikhs have demonstrated the power of Naam in their lives. Bhai Mani Singh Ji and Bhai Deep Singh Ji are notable examples. Their unwavering faith and devotion to Naam gave them immense strength and courage in the face of adversity. In difficult times, Naam acts as a source of strength, peace, and courage. Repeating Vaheguru's Naam helps calm the mind, provide us clarity, and instills resilience. It's a reminder that we are never alone and that divine support is always with us. To prioritize Naam Simran, we can start by setting a routine, participating in Sangat, and attending Kirtan events, which are all selfless services. These practices not only help us stay connected with Naam, but also enrich our spiritual journey. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Abed Singh from Virginia. You don't want to do one? Okay, next we have Agamjot, North Carolina. Okay. Next we have Ekam from North Carolina.
Okay. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Well, I'm not going to use this, okay. I think Naam is very significant in daily life for Sikhs. It brings all Sikhs together, and even for people who aren't fully Gursikh or Amritari yet or are on that path to get there, they can still use Naam in their daily life. As we talked about earlier this week on the first day, we talked about 4 words. Naam was one of them, and the other 2 was Sukh, Dukh, Sant. Sukh and Dukh. Naam can get you through times of peace, and it can also get you through times of Dukh, pain. It can get you through emotional pain, physical pain, mental pain, but it can also bring you a lot of peace. And I think that personally has helped me a lot through school, especially since junior year is really, really hard. And it got me through a lot of tests, SATs, ACTs, pretty sure you heard about that. But I just think it's very helpful, and that's pretty much it. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Ajuni Kaur, Maryland. No speech? Okay. Next, we have Amritleen Kaur, New Jersey.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਸ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੀ ਬਣਾਈ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਆਸਾ ਦੀ ਵਾਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਆਖਦੇ ਨੇ, ਆਪ ਹੀ ਨੇ ਆਪ ਸਾਜਿਓ, ਆਪ ਹੀ ਨੇ ਰਚਿਓ ਨਾ, ਦੋਈ ਕੁਦਰਤ ਸਾਜੀਏ ਕਰ ਆਸਣ ਡਿੱਠੋ ਜਾਓ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਸਮਝਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਨੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਜਿਆ, ਫਿਰ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਸਥਾਪਨਾ ਕੀਤੀ, ਫਿਰ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਕੁਦਰਤ ਬਣਾਈ। ਨਾਮ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਨਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ ਜਾਪ ਕਰਕੇ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਾਲ ਕਨੈਕਟ ਹੋ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਐਸੀ ਗੱਲ ਦਾ ਉਦਾਹਰਨ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਜਿਨੀ ਨਾਮ ਤੇ ਆਇਆ ਗਏ ਮਸਕਤ ਕਾਲ, ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇ ਮੁਖੁਜਲੇ ਕੀਤੀ ਛੁੱਟੀ ਨਾਲ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਸਮਝਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਨਾਮ ਦਾ ਜਾਪ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਇਸ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਉਹਦੇ ਮੁਖ 'ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਚਮਕ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਦੇ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਤਿਹ ਹਾਸਿਲ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਝੋਲੀ 'ਚ ਇੰਨੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਵਿਰਾਸਤ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ, ਸਿਮਰਨ ਦੀ ਵਿਰਾਸਤ, ਅਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਵਿਰਾਸਤ ਨੂੰ ਦਾ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਾਨਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ 'ਚ ਉਤਾਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਦੁਖ ਪੰਜਨ ਤੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਜੀ, ਦੁਖ ਪੰਜਨ ਤੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ, ਆਠ ਪੈਰ ਅਰਾਧੀਏ ਪੂਰਨ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਗਿਆਨ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਸਮਝਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਨਾਮ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਮਿਟਾ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ 8 ਦੇ 8 ਪੈਰ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ, ਸੁੱਖ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਅਤੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਬਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਤੁਕ ਨਾਲ ਸਮਝਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਫਿਰ ਚੜ੍ਹੇ ਦਿਵਸ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਗਾਵੇ, ਬਹਿੰਦਿਆਂ ਉੱਠਦਿਆਂ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਤੇ ਆਵੇ। ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਰ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਇਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਸਮਝਾਈ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹਰ ਵੇਲੇ ਸੌਂਦਿਆਂ ਜਾਗਦਿਆਂ ਉੱਠਦਿਆਂ ਬਹਿੰਦਿਆਂ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਡੇਲੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਹਰ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਨਾਮ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਦਿਆਂ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਕਾਫੀ ਪਰੇਸ਼ਾਨੀ ਤੋਂ ਗੁਜ਼ਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਵੇਂ ਲੋਕ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਨ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਬਹੁਤ ਭਟਕਦਾ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਈ ਵਿਕਾਰ ਵੀ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਾਮ, ਕ੍ਰੋਧ, ਲੋਭ, ਮੋਹ, ਅਹੰਕਾਰ। ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਵਿਕਾਰ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਦੂਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਕਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤੋਂ ਦੂਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਲਈ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਅਤੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਆਪਣੀ ਹਉਮੈ ਤੋਂ ਬਚ ਕੇ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹੀ ਹਉਮੈ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੰਟ 'ਚ ਆਸਮਾਨ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਮੀਨ 'ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਾ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਮਨੁੱਖ ਨੂੰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਤਰਫ ਕਦਮ ਵਧਾਉਂਦੇ ਵਕਤ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਾਬੂ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਸ ਇਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਿਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਸਾਉਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਸਾਡਾ ਸਭ ਕੁਛ ਹੈਗਾ, ਅਤੇ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਿਲ 'ਚ ਵਸਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਂਭਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Next, we have Anad Jodhkaur, New Jersey.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਨਾਮ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਸਿੱਖ ਦੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਪ੍ਰਭਾਵ ਹੈਗਾ। ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਰੂਪ ਵਿੱਚ ਖਜ਼ਾਨਾ ਛੱਡ ਕਰ ਗਏ ਨੇ, ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿਰਫ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ। ਹਰ ਤੁਕ ਦਾ ਸਾਰ ਹੀ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣਾ ਹੈ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਤੁਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਹਰ ਨਾਮੇ ਕੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਹਮਕੋ ਕਾਰ ਕੁੰਨੀ ਦੀ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਆਖਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਨਾਮ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਜੀਵਨ ਮੁਰਦੇ ਦੇ ਸਮਾਨ ਹੈ। ਜਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਅਤੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲੇ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਲਈ ਪਿਆਰ ਅਤੇ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਵੀ ਨਾਲ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਜਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾਮ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਜ਼ੁਬਾਨੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਵਰਤਦਾ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਸ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਨਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਹੁਕਮ 'ਤੇ ਚੱਲਣ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੇਰਨਾ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ। ਜਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਸੋਲ ਅਤੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਬੋਡੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਸ ਪਤਾ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਗਰ ਕੋਈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੁਛ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਇਟਸ ਜਸਟ ਆਵਰ ਬੋਡੀ, ਮਤਲਬ ਸਾਡੀ ਸੋਲ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ, ਉਹ ਸਾਡੀ ਬੋਡੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ, ਅਤੇ ਉਹਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਫ਼ਰਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਸੋਲ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤੋਂ ਕਨੈਕਟਿਡ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਅਗਰ ਕੋਈ ਕੁਛ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦਾ ਸਾਡੇ 'ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਅਸਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਕੋਈ ਬੁਰਾ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਅਤੇ ਨਾਮ ਇੱਕ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਬਰ, ਸ਼ੁਕਰ, ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਦੇ ਗੁਣ ਵੀ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ। ਨਾਮ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪੰਜ ਵਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਲੜਨ ਦੀ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਅਸਲੀ ਸਫਲਤਾ ਉਹੀ ਹੈ ਜਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣਾ ਜੀਵਨ ਵੀ ਸੁਧਾਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸਾਡਾ ਜਪਿਆ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਨੇੜੇ ਲੈ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਹਰ ਹਰ ਸੰਤ ਮਿਲੋ ਮੇਰੇ ਭਾਈ, ਇੱਕ ਨਾਮ ਦਿੜਾਵੋ ਇੱਕ ਕਿਨਕਾ। ਇੱਕ ਕਿਨਕੇ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਨਾਮ ਸਾਡੇ ਕਈ ਜਨਮਾਂ ਦੀ ਮੈਲ ਕੱਢ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ ਨੇ ਭਗਤਾਂ ਸਭ ਨੇ ਸਿਰਫ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Next, we have Anath Kaur, Maryland. Anahat? Oh, no? Okay. Next, we have Ansh Singh, Maryland.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. As of today, we are contemplating on the all-known term in Sikhi, which is Nam. Nam, the bestowed name of the Lord itself, is the spiritual strength in all of us that enlightens our Sikhi. After all, it is recited as one of Sikhism's 3 golden rules, or 3 orders leading to a blissful life of Sikhi. Nam Japna is what it is recalled by many Sikhs. This golden rule requires you to not just repeat the Divine Lord's name, but open a pathway to establishing a connection with your soul and Waheguru. This spiritual force that sprouts a filtered, clean soul is an essence to a Sikh's life, because the blessed spirit of Nam that looms around with us every day gives us the strength and courage to get through any hardships in life. Nam allows Waheguru to be an infrastructure of support. Many young Sikhs today refuse to utilize Nitnem, Kirtan, and other prayers to achieve a strong bond with Nam. However, we have to realize by reciting the Gurbani made by our Gurus, we can continue to progressively learn what it means to be one with Nam. There are teachings from the Gurus that guide us to a path of purity. In today's world, we face many challenges trying to recognize Nam in our lives. Take me, for example. I get immensely distracted towards social media like Snapchat and Instagram, and the stress of educational aspects in my life. To overcome these distractions, I'm slowly building up time day by day to recite Path and meditate on it, and it vastly aids in bringing me a step closer to having a successful spiritual well-being. During the difficult times of life, Nam plays a crucial role in helping people find balance and peace. During Guru Nanak Dev Ji's udasis, he would serve a purpose. He would serve a purpose to spread the word of Nam and allowed other people to manifest its spiritual energy. Guruji couldn't have originated his renowned impact on society without the wisdom of Nam. In conclusion, Nam is a very broad topic of discussion. It has many definitions and forms, but looking deeply into Nam makes us realize that cherishing it is so rewarding when it comes to balancing every element of your life, good and bad. If we truly understood the benefits of Nam, life can be led to a different, focused, and calm perspective. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next one we have is Arad Kaur, New Jersey. No? Okay, next one we have Arnav Singh, VA. Arnav.
Okay. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. In Sikhism, the concept of Naam holds profound significance and goes just far than being a mere name. Naam, which translates to name, represents the divine presence of the essence of God. It is considered to be the foundation of Sikh spiritual and the key to connecting with God. Naam is seen as a source of spiritual and protection. It is believed we meditate on Naam. Individuals can overcome their ego and purify their minds. The Guru Sahib emphasized the importance of Naam through their teachings. As young Sikhs looking to cultivate Naam daily, they can do regular Simran, dedicate time to each day of Naam Simran and reading Gurbani. And that Naam and Kirtan serve as powerful tools of strengthening our connection with Naam. And by meditating Naam, we can be given strength, peace, and courage. We can set time for meditation each day and set intentions for meditation before starting. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ka Fateh.
Next we have Arvind Singh, VA.
Waheguru Ji Ki Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. In Sikhism, Naam holds great significance. Naam refers to the divine essence of God that is believed to be a part of all creation. Naam is a is a foundation of Sikh philosophy because it is the divine essence of God. 10 Sikh gurus emphasized Naam in their teachings. They stressed on the practice of meditation. As young Sikhs, there are many ways to cultivate Naam daily. One way is morning Nitnam. Start your day with morning prayers. Another way is reading and reflecting on the Gurbani. Waheguru Ji Ki Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Sat Sri Akal. For those of you guys who did not write a speech, let the guys who spent time writing a speech hear them out. Let's not talk too much. They spent time on writing it. So let's be respectful. Also, side note, speak into the mic and very loud. Next, we have Aziz Singh, Maryland.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Naam or Naam Japo can mean a few things. Naam refers to Waheguru, while Naam Japo refers to repeating Waheguru. Some may feel that reciting Waheguru is just a way to remember Waheguru, but the significance is more than that. Yes, saying Waheguru is to remember Waheguru and strengthen your relationship to God. However, saying Waheguru is meant to clear your mind of the unimportant things and the vices. Saying Waheguru is meant to make you rid your mind of Kam, Krodh, Lo, Moh, and Ankar. Oftentimes, our connection with Waheguru is hindered by the vices or our daily lives, such as school or work. And remembering Naam and reciting Naam is meant to make you disregard everything else and remember Waheguru. Naam is considered the foundation of Sikh philosophy because one of the main pillars of Sikhi is Ik Onkar, or one God. And Naam reinforces this idea. Additionally, the Gurus emphasize the significance of Nam by practicing Nam as a spiritual practice and not a ritual one. For example, Nam isn't like a one-off ceremony where we do Nam Japur once a week. Nam is something we do every day despite difficulties or like work or school commitments, which take precedence in our lives. However, there are still ways to practice Nam in your daily life and balance your school and work. One way is to remember to practice Nam whenever you're experiencing stress, because practicing Nam and repeating Nam is supposed to involve you just sitting down and ridding your mind of everything else except for Waheguru. And our generation is really big on more modern issues like managing stress, but for Sikhs specifically, Nam and remembering Waheguru is the best way to cope with the stress of work and school. Yeah, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Sat Sri Akal. Next we have Baljeevan Singh, NC.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. Okay, so Nam, it's very you know, it's something where I don't even have the words to describe what Nam is, but I'm gonna try first, you know. So first of all, it's not just a name, like, you know, like the word Nam is more than that, because like I've talked to like many Gursikhs. Like when I first started, you know, as I got older and more like mature into my Sikhi, like the tariqa, like Nam kiven japna, right? Because if you think about it, a lot of things in Sikhi at face level, like even Amrit, right? It's just sugar water, but it's the meaning that we add to it through like there is takat there, but I'm saying from a worldly perspective, right? So even Nam is just a word, but it's more than a name because of the meaning and the connection to Guru Sahib, you know, and it's like the essence of Sikhi. If you think about it, like all of Barni, all of Bhai Gurdas Ji's Vara, you know, they say Bhai Gurdas Ji's Vara are the key to Guru Granth Sahib, but all of Barni, it says Gur Shabad, you know, it always comes back to Nam. You know, Vaheguru Gurmantar hai jap hum hai koi. When we think about Sikhi, ki hai? It's Kaam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar nu mitana. And like that's all hum hai. So how do we get rid of that? That's through Nam. And then, you know, things like Kirtan and you know, Nitnem, all these things, it all is Barni, right? Barni motivates us, inspires us. You know, a lot of people say you should not do Simran in a Kirtan. And I understand to an extent why. Because it's like, you have to first read enough Barni. Even some Jathas say that you shouldn't even do Nam Jap before you take Amrit. Because technically the Panj Singh, like, or Panj Sikh, Amritari Sikhs give you, you know, they do Nam at your Amrit Sanchar. So before then, technically, like, some people do say that, because Barni is like explaining the way. But it always comes back to Japota Eko Nama, Avar Niraful Kama, that there's only one thing, and that's Nam. So, you know, as I get to my conclusion, I just, as a Sangat, we need to come together and let's, you know, do some Nam Simran. So 3, 2, 1. Why grew, 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 why grew. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Fateh. Next we have Balpreet Singh, Maryland.
just to let people that are doing the speech, please stick to the requirements and the questions that were listed in the syllabus. Uh, thank you. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Guru Pyari Saad Sangat Ji, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So, the first question in this talks about the significance of Naam, but in order to like truly understand what Naam is, we can't say, oh, Naam is just a word. Naam means more than just like Vaheguru, the word, right? But when most people think of Naam, they think of Vaheguru, right? The Gurmat that our gurus gave us. Now, the two key parts of that word are Wahe and Guru, right? First, we have Wahe, which is like Wah, right? You're impressed. You're, taken aback by the greatness of something, right? And then you have the Guru, which, we all know what the Guru means, our guide to life. So the very word that we use to describe Naam and Guruji is already like we're impressed, we're at his feet. And I think that has a big importance on like what Naam actually is. Because in essence, all of Bani is just praise, is just, hymns that praise Guruji, that praise his traits, that praise Vaheguru, and like it really teaches you how to live life. So I think the significance of Naam really comes down to a guide for how a Gursikh Jivan is supposed to be lived. So Guru Sahib really emphasized that importance because when the Gurus would, sing Bani, when they would get blessed with Vaheguruji's Bani, they would sing it, right? They would sing it, and that would come like from Naam Simran, right? They would get it straight from Vaheguruji. So how they emphasized Naam was through Bani. They got that Bani straight from the divine, and they told it to us, and it was preserved, it was written down, because those are words coming straight from Vaheguruji. As young Sikhs, we can actively cultivate Naam within our daily lives, just with practices such as doing Nitnem, Amrit Vela, Kirtan, and then also trying to understand and apply Gurbani through Vichar and listening to Kathas. Those are just some really common ways to do it. There's been a lot of other things people have done, like doing Saj Part and such, and also just like learning new things in general about Bani is like a key practice for us. So adding on to how Nitnem and Kirtan play a crucial role, I'd say that when we sing the praises of Guruji, it's a good way for us to connect. Like it's a way that our gurus have given us that makes it very easy to connect with Vaheguruji. So that's like a pretty essential role that they play. There's a reason that we do the Panch Bani and the Part every day, right? All of the Banis have a use at the end of the day. All of the Banis say certain things about the Guru and help us remember and remind us why exactly we're so devout to the Guru. A historical example that I would say really demonstrates the strength of Naam Japna and the importance of Naam. When the Chote Sahibzade were being Shahidi, they were getting bricked alive. Most stories, most Sakhis that have been told to me say that while they were being bricked alive, they were doing Panch Bani da Part and they were doing Simran. And it gave them strength in that moment to not only overcome what would have been the worst part of like someone's life up to that point, but it gave them strength to overcome anything in this world. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Next, we have Baltej Singh, Maryland.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. The significance of Naam is that it is the one word, or not the one word, but it is what we do to remember Vaheguru and remember on the name of Vaheguru. And Nam can be done by saying Vaheguru. It can be done by doing Amrit Vela, doing Gurbani, or even by doing something as simple as Path, or just opening the Guru Granth Sahib and reading any Bani in it. And so one of the reasons that Nam Japna is so important is because the word itself is Vaheguru, which means that you're in awe of Vaheguru and how great Vaheguru is. And it's so significant because Nam helps us understand Bani, and Bani is how we have to live our lives as Sikhs. So it's essential to us. A way for the youth to cultivate Nam is they can do anything from as simple as doing like Panch Bani the Path, Kirtan, or even listening to Katha Vichar about Bani. A challenge we face as youth is understanding the Bani sometimes because it can be interpreted so many different ways for so many different aspects of our lives. And the way to overcome this is to not only read Bani and do Kirtan, but understand the meaning and read the translations and try to understand them in our lives. One example from history of someone who used Nam was Shaheed Anok Singh Babbar. We learned about this at the 1984 workshop with Ruben Paul Uncle, and pretty much he was one of the leaders of the Babbar Khalsa during the 1984 attack on Amritsar, and he was tortured in 1987, and he never cracked, and he was said to be doing Nam Japna the whole time, and this Nam Japna gave him the power and peace during the most painful and probably the worst time of his life. And this shows that Nam Japna and the understanding of Gurbani can help us gain strength and courage, and it inspires me to try to get that level of strength and courage that so many shaheeds like Anok Singh Babbar had in our history. And moving forward, one thing that we can do as a community is do more Katha Vichar and do more to understand the translation and the meaning of the Bani. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Fateh. Next, we have Bob Jode's not here, right? Okay. Deepa C. Singh, Maryland. Is he? Where is he? Does he have a speech? Deepa C. Do you have a speech? Bob Jode's not here. That's Bob Jode from Market. Next, we have Gundeep Kaur. Gundeep Kaur? No speech? Okay. Gurbani Kaur, NJ? No speech? Gurjat Singh, NJ?
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਪਰਮ ਸਤਿਕਾਰਯੋਗ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਦਾਸ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਦੱਸਣ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਸਿੱਖ ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਸਿਧਾਂਤ ਦੱਸੇ ਹਨ, ਉਹ ਨਾਮ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਨਾਮ ਜਪੋ, ਕਿਰਤ ਕਰੋ ਅਤੇ ਵੰਡ ਛਕੋ। ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਨਾਮ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਦੀ ਉਤਪੱਤੀ ਹੋਈ। ਨਾਮ ਦਾ ਸ਼ਬਦਿਕ ਅਰਥ ਹੈ ਹੋਂਦ, ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਨੂੰ ਇਹੋ ਵਿਹਾਇਆ ਹੈ, ਸਾਚੇ ਨਾਮ ਕੀ ਲਾਗੈ ਭੂਖ, ਉਤ ਭੁੱਖੇ ਖਾਏ ਚਲੀਏ ਦੁੱਖ। ਜਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਭੁੱਖ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ। ਭਾਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਨਾਮ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਹੈ, ਅੱਲਾ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਗੋਡ ਹੈਗਾ, ਗੱਲ ਇੱਕ ਹੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ। ਨਾਮ ਦੇ ਜਪਣ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਦਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਗਿਆਨ ਅਤੇ ਬੁੱਧ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕੈ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਰਿੱਧ ਸਿੱਧ ਨੌ ਨਿਧ, ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕੈ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਗਿਆਨ ਧਿਆਨ ਤਤ ਬੁੱਧ। ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਤੱਤੀ ਤਵੀ 'ਤੇ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਯਾਦ ਆਇਆ, ਤੇਰਾ ਕੀਆ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਲਾਗੈ, ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਪਦਾਰਸ ਨਾਨਕ ਮੰਗੈ। ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਭਾਈ ਸਤੀ ਦਾਸ ਜੀ, ਭਾਈ ਮਤੀ ਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਅਤੇ ਭਾਈ ਦਿਆਲਾ ਜੀ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕੀਤੀ। ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਜੀ ਅਡੋਲ ਰਹੇ। ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਥਾਂ ਥਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਦਾ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਵੱਖ ਵੱਖ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਪਹਿਲਾ ਧਰਤੀ ਸਾਧ ਕੈ ਸਚ ਨਾਮ ਦੇ ਦਾਨ, ਨੌ ਨਿਧ ਉਪਜੈ ਨਾਮ ਏਕ, ਏਕ ਕਰਮ ਪਵੈ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨ। ਗੁਰੂ ਅੰਗਦ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਹਨ, ਗੁਰੂ ਅੰਗਦ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਅੰਗ 140 ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਹਨ, ਜਿਨੀ ਨਾਮ ਧਿਆਇਆ ਗਏ ਮਸਕਤ ਘਾਲ, ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇ ਮਖੂਜਲੇ ਕੀਤੀ ਛੁੱਟੀ ਨਾਲ। ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਜੋ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਲਿਖਿਆ, ਗੁਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਕਾ ਜੋ ਸਿੱਖ ਅਖਾਏ, ਸੋ ਪਲ ਕੇ ਉਠ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਧਿਆਵੈ। ਇਹ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਮਹੱਤਤਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਧਰਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਿਖਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਕਹਿਲਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਨਾਮ ਜਪੋ, ਅਤੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਧਰਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਮਹੱਤਤਾ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ। ਆਖਿਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ ਕਿ ਜਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾਮ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਸ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਰੋਗ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਿਰੋਗ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Next, we have Gurnaman Singh PA.
नाम सुनिए नाम मनिए नाम में वडियाए, नाम सलाहे सदा सदा नामे महल पाए। गुरु प्यारी साध संगत जी, आओ सारे गज के फतेह बुलाइए। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। Today we are here to reflect on the profound significance of Naam in Sikhism and how it is way more than just a name. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, "No paper nor pen can explain the importance of Naam. Therefore my wisdom is too small for this." Naam is not just a word or a label, but a vibration. It is also a spiritual presence that connects us directly with the Akal Purakh. The foundation of Sikh philosophy rests upon Naam. The Guru Sahibs emphasized Naam through their teachings and lives, illustrating its importance as the keystone of spiritual practice. They urged us to immerse ourselves in chanting and meditating on Naam to achieve spiritual liberation and inner peace. In the Shabad, Satgur Kajo Sikha Kai Palke Uthar Naam Te Aaye, Guru Ramdas Ji explains that a true Sikh has to chant Naam while sitting, eating, standing, and breathing. But as young Sikhs, we can cultivate Naam in our daily lives by doing Nitnem and engaging in Kirtan, which deeply immerses us in the spiritual essence of Naam, because the repetitive chanting and meditation on Gurbani helps us stay connected with Vaheguru. Challenges are inevitable in our journey to stay connected with Naam. Distractions, stress, and the fast-paced modern lifestyle can hinder our spiritual practice. To overcome these distractions, we must establish a disciplined routine for Nitnem, participate in Sangat, and attend Gurdwara regularly. Just these three actions can anchor our practice. In my life, I learned to take support of Naam, which doesn't only help me to live in the Hukam, but it also helps me stay calm, make the right choices, and gives me strength. Many historical examples are found in Sikh history that demonstrate the power of Naam. For example, Guru Arjan Dev Ji and countless Sikhs like Bhai Mani Singh Ji faced immense torture but remained absorbed in Naam and found strength and peace through it. In the face of difficulties, Naam provides us with endless strength, peace, and courage. As we move forward, let us take conscious steps to prioritize Naam Simran in our lives by starting our day with Simran, involve ourselves in Seva, and surround ourselves with the company of those who we look up to spiritually. Overall, Naam is the lifeline of our spirituality, the foundation of Sikh philosophy, and the key to inner peace and strength. By actively cultivating it, and we can navigate the challenges of our lives with grace and courage. Pundan jap tap jete sab upar naam har har rasna jo jape tis puran kaam. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Fateh. Next, we have Guru Roop Kaur, New Jersey.
Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Not many people realize the significance of Naam. It's considered more than just a name because it connects you to Vaheguru and helps you reach internal peace and enlightenment. Naam's known as the foundation of Sikhi because it allows us to reach Bairag, a feeling that's undescribable and leaves you wanting for more. No amount of seva or bod helps you attain that feeling and become one with Vaheguru the way Naam does. People can incorporate it into their lives by setting aside time for Simran whenever they're free, even if only for 5 minutes. You can also just recite Vaheguru while doing mundane tasks and going about your day. Guru Arjan Dev Ji said, Amrit Naam Hriday mein dino, Janam Janam ki mail gayi. When you keep Naam in your heart, all the dirt from previous lives gets washed away. It's a simple word, yet so powerful. However, it's easy to forget the benefits of keeping Naam in our lives and trying to connect to Vaheguru. Whether it's school, work, or engaging in any hobbies, people have excuses to not prioritize Naam. Furthermore, bad sangat leads to bad outcomes. You are the people that you surround yourself with, so it's vital to have sangat that encourages and inspires you, not distracts you. Although it's difficult, it's necessary to maintain a balance between your personal life and spiritual life. Keep people that hold you accountable close to you and let them guide you through your journey. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Next, we have Harja Singh, Maryland.
Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. The significance of Naam is much more than a name in Sikhi. Guru Ramdas Ji in the Barni says that Mere Pritma, how Jiva Naam Tyai, that hey Vaheguru Ji, my soul lives when I repeat your name. In the next Pankti, Guru Ramdas Ji says, Bin Nave Jivan Na Thiye, Mere Satgur Naam Dridai. That without Naam, my soul cannot live. Mere Sadgur Naam Dridai, meaning that my Sadguru gives me that Naam. He dridas me that Naam in my Hirda. Naam is considered the base of Sikhi because it is one of the principles of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Naam Japna. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, एक दूजी बो लख होए लख होवे लख वीस लख लख गेड़ा आखिए एक नाम जगदीश. Meaning that if I have ek jeev, like a tongue, if I have one tongue, if I have two tongues, if I have 100,000 tongues, or times 20 of that, I will repeat the Lord's names hundreds of thousands of times. I'll say Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru with every single jeev, with every single tongue. I'll repeat Vaheguruji's name. And then in Japji Sahib again, Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Pariye mat papan ke sang oh tope nave ke rang. That my mind is full with pollution. When your mind is full of pollution, Pariye mat papa ke sang oh tope nave ke rang. That is washed with the power of Naam. When you do Naam Japna. And there are countless shabas that support the importance of Naam and how it is the base and the root of Sikhi. Incorporating Naam in our daily life is like breathing for your soul. Your body cannot live without breathing the same way your soul cannot live without Naam Japna. Sant Baba Attar Singh Ji Sahib Mastu Aane Sahib Wale, they would walk so many miles from pin to pin doing prachar. And back then there weren't cars. So while they would walk, with one foot they would say Vah, and with the other foot Guru. Vah, Guru, Vah, Guru, Vah, Guru, Vah, Guru, like that. This is such an easy and simple way that we can incorporate Naam in our lives, right? This is like, these are examples that the Mahapurush and like our Vade Gursikhs have given us. They've shown us by example that this is like doable, we can do this too. When you're walking back from the bus stop or like you're walking to like the grocery store or something, you can walk, and while you're walking, Vaheguru, 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 kari chalo, right? So this is like another way. Guru Sahib in the Barni says that Tina Gursikha ko ho varya jo bendya uthdya har naam te aave. That I am a sacrifice to those Gursikhs who say God's name at all times while sitting and standing. Why do we do our kirtan and why do we do nitnem? Doing our nitnem reinforces the fundamentals of Sikhi. Like, you are reminded of your purpose, like why you are here and how you should live. That's why it's called Path. A Path means lesson. That in India there are Pathshalas. Pathshalas are schools and Path is lesson, where you learn a lesson, Pathshala. Okay. The literal meaning of Path is lesson, right? And it guides you on the path of the truth. Kirtan is also a very important part of Sikhi. It's been around since the time of Guru Nanak Dev Ji with the rababs, and the evolution has changed, but the concept of Kirtan is still the same. When you, okay, so say for example, you listen to a song, right? And then after you listen to it, the tune is still in your head. When you listen to Gurbani, that line is still going in your head because you like that tune. For example, like a lot of people at this camp, like Pinni Ranadiye, Chamkan Tare, Jage Sant Jana Mere Ram Pyare, always singing in the cabins because the tune is nice and people connect with it like that. And I've stated before that there's such easy ways to do Nam Japna, but you could take 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes out of your day in the morning to do Nam Japna. You have 24 hours in a day. Taking out 5 to 10 minutes every day just to do Nam Japna is not very hard. So these are like little changes that you can make in your life to grow. And that's my conclusion. So Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Harleen Gore, Maryland.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. What Naam means to me is to recite Waheguru Ji's name, by doing so strengthening your relationship through guidance and enlightenment. Thus, when discussing the prioritization of Naam Simran, I think one effective approach is to have it in a routine, so it becomes a regular habit. With this prioritizing though, Naam Simran may sometimes require sacrificing time that could be spent with family or friends, which may seem tempting, but it's important to look at the bigger picture and the ultimate goal to strengthen your connection with Waheguru Ji. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Harnoor Kaur NC.
गुरु प्यारी साथ संगत जी, वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह. Naam, name, a way to identify someone or something. So, could Naam be Vaheguru Ji's name? Nahi Sad Sangat Ji, the concept of Naam in Sikhism means much more than that. Tav sarab Naam kate kavan, karam Naam barnat samat. Vaheguru's Naam cannot be described. He can only be realized via his karam Naam. So, with my small mat, I can only try to understand these questions about Naam, let alone try to answer them. Naam, in literal terms, is a way to remember Vaheguru. Thinking about this, the first thing that comes to mind is the word Vaheguru itself. Vaheguru, Vah, and Guru. Vaheguru is Ashtaraj. Vah, inna vada, inna vishal, that nobody can summarize it in their own words. He can only be realized through his qualities, his gun. Eh bid karat tapasya payo, dvaite ek roop have gayo. Guruji says that Naam is the way to merge with Vaheguru. Only by connecting with Naam, we will be one with Vaheguru. We, as young Sikhs, have several vasile to help us connect with Naam. We do our daily Nitnem Path. We listen and sing Kirtan. We do Simran. All these actions help make our connection to Vaheguru stronger. But sometimes, our other priorities come in front of us and hold us back from our Nitnem Path. Big test today, so maybe skip the morning Nitnem and do some last-minute studying. Big late-night concert tonight, so maybe sleep in tomorrow morning. The main point is that these other priorities are priorities just because we make them our priority. Just like that, we need to make the daily Nitnem our priority. We need to make Naam our priority, our Kirtan practice our priority. But why do Nitnem and Kirtan? Aisa Naam Niranjan hoy, je ko man jaane man koy. By doing Vaheguru Simran and Path, by singing Kirtan, we are describing some of his gun with the goal that we start to understand and absorb these gun within us, strengthening our connection with Naam, ultimately leading us to merge with Vaheguru. Such is this Naam that even when sitting on the Tati Tavi, Guru Arjan Dev Ji kept his cool. Such is this Naam that by Madhi Das Ji kept on reciting Japji Sahib while being sawed in half. Countless such examples. Basad Sangat Ji, we ourselves do not have enough willpower to understand and contemplate Naam. So to move forward, we must do our das to Vaheguru. As we ask in our das, Dana Sir Dan, Naam Dan. We must do our das to Vaheguru to give us the dat of Naam, the dat of Amrit Vela, waking up pre-dawn to do Naam Simran and our Nitnem Path. We also need to ask for Vaheguru to provide us with the Sad Sangat, like here at GHISS camp, so we can learn and encourage each other to follow the paths shown by our Gurus. So, Guru Pyareo, come, let's all fall in love with Naam and together find the essence of Anand. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Next, we have Himmat Singh, MD. Himmat Singh. No speech. We have Japjot Singh, NC.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ Can I go? ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ So let's do some naam jap ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਸਭ ਜਨਮ ਤਿਨਾ ਕਾ सफल है जिन हर के नाम की मन लागी भुखा मन लागी भुखा मन लागी भुखा वाहिगुरू 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 वाहिगुरू
All right, next we have Jaskirat Singh, Maryland.
Yo, if you do not have a speech, please do not waste our time. We have 100 kids to go. Okay, if you don't have a speech, be honest. We won't criticize you for not writing one, but do not waste our time. We understand the significance of Naam and how much guys you love doing Naam, Simran and Kirtan, but do not waste our time and do not waste your time either. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Jaskirat, do you have a speech?
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਖਾਂ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਦੇ 3 ਬਚਨ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਨਾਮ ਜਪੋ ਕਿਰਤ ਕਰੋ ਤੇ ਵੰਡ ਛਕੋ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਜੀ ਤੇ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਜੀਵਨ 'ਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਕਮੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਬਹੁਤ ਕਮੀਆਂ ਸੁਣੋ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਖਾਂ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਵਚਨ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਨਾਮ ਬਿਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੀਵਿਆ ਜਾਏ ਵੱਡੇ ਭਾਗ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਹਰ ਪਾਏ ਕਿ ਨਾਮ ਬਿਨਾ ਸਾਡੀ ਜੀਵਨ ਕੋਈ ਕਮੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਉਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਤੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰਦਾ ਆ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ
Next we have Jasved Singh, New York. Jasved Singh, New York. Next we have Jujar Singh, Maryland.
Waheguru, Waheguru. Waheguru, all right. Saad Sangat Ji, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I did not really prepare a speech, but I do want to share some of my viewpoints on some of the questions. Starting off with, why is Naam important in Sikh's life? Naam is important for many reasons. One of the reasons being is Naam brings discipline into our life, you know. By practicing Naam, it's important to practice Naam. It's good for our mental health, and it's good to practice, and it's good because like you can connect to Vaheguru. Secondly, how can we actively bring Naam into our life? So, you know, going into Sangat, going into Ran Sabais, going into like different kathas, you know, that is the best way we can practice Naam, practice with Sangat. That's the best. You know, Naam is very important in life. Following that is, what steps can you take to prioritize Naam? So some steps you can take is you can wake up for Amrit Vela. You can do FaceTime calls. I know I've done FaceTime calls with Baljeevan Singh in the Sangat over here. We have done Amrit Vela together. We have Harjas Singh over here. That is some of the steps I take personally in my journey of Sikhi and practicing Naam. Third, what are some challenges you might face and how do you overcome them? So yeah, some challenges like many of us face or can face is like waking up for Amrit Vela. I know it's hard to wake up for Amrit Vela. The first challenge in the morning is just to fight your kumbal. You know, that's the first jung in the morning, is just to wake up, and you know that's very hard for us as level 3 boys know. Then after that, the difficult times and how does Naam give us strength? Naam gives us strength in many ways. I know before I go into a football game or a basketball game or whatever sport I'm playing in during the season, I do Naam jap. Like I just do Waheguru, Waheguru. One, that calms me down, calms my nerves down. I played D-tackle, right, for my football team. I know I used to do Simran while I'm in my position, and it used to help me. It used to calm my nerves down. I used to focus in. Naam helps you tune in. So, I mean, and difficult times. So like there have been instances where I was faced with challenges. Like I was feeling sad, right? When you feel sad, best way to deal with your sadness, best way to deal with your emotions is to do Naam Jap, in my opinion, right? Many people have different ways of dealing with their sadness, dealing with their emotions. Best way to deal with your emotions, if you're angry, sad, happy, mad, whatever, is to do Naam. So that's the last point I would like to share with y'all. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Kirpa Kaur, Maryland.
बंधन ते छुटकावै प्रभु मिलावै हर हर नाम सुनावै गुरु प्यारी साध संगत जी वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह नाम गुरु साहिब ਵੱਲੋਂ ਦਿੱਤੀ एक अनमोल दात है गुरु नानक साहिब जी ਦਾ फरमान है जपो ता एको नामा अवर निराफल कामा नाम किसी मनुख ਦਾ ਨਾਂ नहीं है सगों नाम ਜਿਉਣ ਦਾ एक चेतन तरीका है जो मन की जागती अवस्था है नाम एक शुरुआती शब्द है जो सानू हर वेले अकाल पुरख के हुक्म अनुसार रहन की याद दिवांदा है हुक्म पछानै सो एको जानै बंदा कहिए सोए ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਹੀ ਤਰੀਕਾ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਕਸਾਰ ਹੋਣ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨਾਮ ਬਾਣੀ ਨਾਲ ਉਸਤਤ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਸ ਜੋਤ ਨੂੰ ਪਛਾਣਨ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਫਰਮਾਨ ਹੈ, ਮਨ ਤੂੰ ਜੋਤ ਸਰੂਪ ਹੈ, ਆਪਣਾ ਮੂਲ ਪਛਾਣ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਉਪਜ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੈ। ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲਾ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਉ ਵਡਿਆਈ ਵਿਚਾਰ। ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਮੁਤਾਬਕ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲਾ ਦਿਨ ਦਾ ਚੌਥਾ ਪਹਿਰ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲਣ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਹੈ। ਚੌਥਾ ਪਹਿਰ ਸੁਬਾ ਕੈ ਸੁਰਤਿਆ ਉਪਜੈ ਚਾਓ, ਤਿਨਾ ਦਰਿਆਵਾ ਸਿਓ ਦੋਸਤੀ ਮਨਮੁਖ ਸੱਚਾ ਨਾ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਚੁਣੌਤੀਆਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਸੁਚੇਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਆਖਣ ਔਖਾ ਸਾਚਾ ਨਾ। ਕਾਮ, ਕ੍ਰੋਧ, ਲੋਭ, ਮੋਹ ਅਤੇ ਹੰਕਾਰ ਨਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕਰਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁੱਖ ਰੁਕਾਵਟਾਂ ਹਨ, ਜਿਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਫਰਮਾਨ ਹੈ, ਇਸ ਦੇਹੀ ਅੰਦਰ ਪੰਜ ਚੋਰ ਵਸੇ ਕਾਮ, ਕ੍ਰੋਧ, ਲੋਭ, ਮੋਹ, ਹੰਕਾਰ। ਅੰਕਾਰਾ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਲੂਟਾ ਮਨ ਮੁਖ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੂਝਾ, ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਸੁਣੈ ਪੁਕਾਰਾ। ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਅਤੇ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣ ਦੀ ਕੀਮਤ ਸਿਖਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ। ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਫਰਮਾਨ ਹੈ, ਕਲ ਯੁਗ ਮੈਂ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਪ੍ਰਦਾਨਾ, ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਜਪਿਆ ਲਾਈ ਧਿਆਨਾ। 1984 ਵਿੱਚ ਧਰਮ ਯੁੱਧ ਮੋਰਚੇ ਵੇਲੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਮ ਦੀ ਅਣਖ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਇਮ ਰੱਖਦਿਆਂ ਸੰਤ ਜਰਨੈਲ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਸ਼ਹਾਦਤ ਦਿੱਤੀ। ਉਹ ਅਕਸਰ ਨਾਮ ਸਿਮਰਤ ਦੀ ਮਹੱਤਤਾ ਅਤੇ ਅਹਿਮੀਅਤ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸਨ। ਆਪਣੀ ਸ਼ਹਾਦਤ ਨਾਲ ਉਹ ਕੌਮ ਦੇ ਜ਼ਮੀਰ ਨੂੰ ਜਗਾ ਗਏ ਅਤੇ ਕੌਮੀ ਅਣਖ ਕਾਇਮ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਗਏ। ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਫਰਮਾਨ ਹੈ, ਆਖਾ ਜੀਵਾ ਵਿਸਰੈ ਮਰ ਜਾ। ਜਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਨਾਮ ਅਭਿਆਸ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਕਮਾਈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹਰ ਦੀਵਾਨ, ਹਰ ਮੈਦਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਤਿਹ ਕਰਵਾਉਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਹਾਈ ਹੋਏਗੀ। ਆਓ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਲੇ ਬਣੀਏ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਕੀਏ, ਨਿਤਨੇਮੀ ਹੋਈਏ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਫਰਮਾਨ ਹੈ, ਪਈ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਮਾਂ ਨੁਖ ਦੇ ਹੁਰੀਆ, ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਮਿਲਣ ਕੀ ਇਹ ਤੇਰੀ ਬਰੀਆ। ਅਵਰ ਕਾਜ ਤੇਰਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਨਾ ਕਾਮ, ਮਿਲ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਭਜ ਕੇਵਲ ਨਾਮ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Next, Manav Singh, Maryland.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today, I'm here to speak about the significance of Naam in Sikhism and why it is considered more than just a name. Naam, the divine name of God, is a cornerstone of Sikhism. It embodies the essence of divine and serves as a bridge between the soul and Vaheguru. Guru Nanak Dev Ji emphasized the importance of Naam by stating, Naam ki dar sagale jant, which means all beings are sustained by the Naam. Naam is so important because it is a force that purifies the mind, uplifts the spirit, and connects us to the divine. The Guru Granth Sahib Ji said repeatedly mentions the power of Naam through various Shabbats. It is through Nam that we achieve spiritual awakening and inner peace. As young Sikhs, it is essential for us to actively cultivate Nam within our daily lives. This can be achieved through practices such as Nitnem, daily prayers, and Kirtan. However, staying connected with Nam has some challenges. In today's fast-paced world, there are many distractions that can pull us away from our spiritual pursuits. The pressures of work, school, and social obligations can often overshadow our spiritual goals. To overcome these challenges, we must prioritize our spiritual well-being by setting aside dedicated time for meditation and reflection on Nam. Practices such as Nitnem and Kirtan play a crucial role in strengthening our connection with Nam, as they serve as daily reminders of our spiritual commitments and keep us true to the teachings of Guru. In times of difficulty, Nam provides us with strength, peace, and courage. Historical examples from Sikh history demonstrate this vividly. For example, Banda Singh Bahadur, who got immense faith from Nam to fight against tyranny. Also in our Dask, we ask for Vaiguru in various dans, and among that, we recite Dana Sir Dan, Nam Dan, which means the most important dan is Nam Dan. In conclusion, Nam is a very important part of a Sikh spiritual journey. It is the source of our strength, peace, and connection to the divine. By embracing Nam, we not only enrich our own lives, but contribute to the spiritual upliftment of our community. Let us all strive to make Nam a part of our lives and experience the blessings it brings. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Manharpreet Singh, Maryland. Next, Manraj Singh, North Carolina. Meetup Kaur, Maryland. Mama Kaur, Virginia. Anshdeep. We already did Anshdeep, right? Anshdeep? No? Anak.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today I'm speaking about a concept that lies in the heart of Sikhism, the power of Nam. This concept provides strength and guidance. Nam is the holy name, which is a constant reminder of God. In Sikhism, Nam goes way beyond the definition of name. Most names describe something or someone, while Nam in Sikhism signifies a continuous reminder of God, a practice which brings the divine presence in every second of our lives. Guru Nanak Dev Ji taught us that Nam is the way to experience God's presence, and that singing Shabats and keeping a reminder of God in everything we do, we can all live a life filled with selflessness and truth. Guru Nanak Dev Ji simplified the concept of Nam. When we sing Kirtan, we completely immerse ourselves and embrace the power of Nam. This can bring us closer to the true concept of Nam. Nitnem, our daily prayers, are a routine reminder of God and His presence in our lives. Throughout history, there has been a great number of brave Sikhs who drew strength from Nam. A good example is Bhai Mani Singh, an amazing scholar and martyr. Despite facing oppression and persecution, he always remained loyal to his faith as a Sikh, drawing strength from Nam. His endless devotion and courage inspired many to save their faith, even in the face of adversity. In conclusion, we can make Nam our best friend by gratitude and selfless service and daily prayers. It offers strength in adversity and peace in chaos. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Prabdeep Kaur, NC. Ranveer Singh, Maryland.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Nam signifies the name of Vaheguru. It's not just a concept but a practice that guides Sikhs towards living authentically and peacefully in this world, embodying the principles of Nam. Nam is the base and foundation of Sikh philosophy, from how Sikhs use Nam during Nam Japna, which we use to connect with Sikhi and Vaheguru. The Guru Sahibs reveal the importance held by Nam from the continuous Nam Japna every day. This formation of these practices and teachings of them have strengthened the use of Nam and its importance. The Guru Sahib's continuous high regard of Nam has passed on to the new generation of Sikh who cultivate the Guru Sahib's teachings of Nam throughout our daily lives from our Nam Japna and understanding of what Nam is to us. However, practice of Nam Japna can hold many challenges, which can be our busy lives, lack of discipline, and understanding why we practice Nam Japna. But we must understand why Nam Japna is important to us. Thus, we must overcome these challenges from practicing, strengthening our discipline, and creating time in our days when we are able to unite with Vaheguru in our practice of Nam Japna. Another way we are able to surpass these challenges is by following Nithnim and practicing Kirtan. These two are crucial in the practice of Nam as they develop our idea of Vaheguru and what it means to us. We can all use Nam and Nam Japna to not just connect and unite with Vaheguru, but to find peace and strengthen ourselves, while also looking for our understanding of Vaheguru. This practice can lead to us strengthening and prioritizing our practice of Nam Japna and begin to see it is not just as a way to connect with Vaheguru, but to connect with ourselves and Vaheguru. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
ਰੀਤ ਕੌਰ ਓਹੋ
What? Okay. Thank you.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਹਰ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਜਪੋ ਮਨ ਮੇਰੇ ਜਿਤ ਸਦਾ ਸੁਖ ਹੋਵੇ ਦਿਨ ਰਾਤੀ ਹਰ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਜਪੋ ਮਨ ਮੇਰੇ ਜਿਤ ਸਿਮਰਤ ਸਭ ਕਿਲ ਵਿਕ ਪਬ ਲਹਾਤੀ ਹਰ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਜਪੋ ਮਨ ਮੇਰੇ ਜਿਤ ਦਾਲੇ ਦੁਖ ਭੁਖ ਸਭ ਲੈ ਜਾਤੀ ਹਰ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਜਪੋ ਮਨ ਮੇਰੇ ਮੁਖ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਲਗਾਤੀ जित मुख बाग लिखिया दुर साचे हर तित मुख नाम japati. These lines depict the importance of Nam in a Sikh's life by encouraging us to meditate on God's name and promises that all poverty, pain, and hunger will be dispelled. Nam Japna brings peace and prosperity in a Sikh's life by embracing affection for God. These lines help us understand the significance of Nam in Sikhism and how it isn't just a name. Nam is the way we become attached to Vaheguru Ji. Nam Japna is part of the foundation of Sikhism that was set by Guru Nanak Dev Ji along with Kirtana and Vanchakna. Nam Japna can be utilized in our daily life by doing Nitnem, Simran, while carrying out daily activities and listening to Kirtan. In this day and age, we have many distractions that can cause us to pull away from Vaheguru Ji like materialistic things. We must not forget that our purpose is to stay linked to Nam because at the end of the day, Vaheguru Ji is giving us all these worldly pleasures and blessings. Nam is powerful in many ways. For example, when the Mughal Empire was under Jahangir's rule, He executed Guru Arjan Dev Ji because he stayed committed to Sikhism and refused to change his fate. While he was being tortured, he stayed calm by reciting Vaheguru Ji's name, which shows how powerful the influence of Naam is. Through the obstacles of life, Naam can provide us strength and courage. Naam is very important in our lives as young Sikhs, and we should make sure we incorporate it into our daily lives. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Sahib Singh. Sahib Singh. No speech? No, we have Sahib Singh, Maryland, 15 years old. Okay, we'll skip him for now. Sahib Jot Singh, no speech. Samrita Kaur.
We put it all the way down here. Is that okay? That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. The theme of this year's camp is Naam, so I will be talking about its significance in the daily lives of the Sikh youth. In Sikhi, Naam is defined as the name of God, or Vaheguru. But Naam is not simply a name, it serves as a reminder of what we as Sikhs stand for and what we believe in. Naam gives us a goal and it provides a viewpoint as to who we are living for. Naam is the foundation of the Sikh philosophy because it distinguishes the population as our own group. Vaheguru, the Almighty God, one God. Our belief of this one Almighty God differentiates us from other beliefs and is a constant reminder of what our Guru stood for and that we should stand up for the same values of equality and humbleness under our powerful Vaheguru. They showed us that nobody is above each other through the Sangat and even the establishment of the Pangat during Langar. As a Sikh youth, it is our job to uphold the value of Naam and use it as a guide for living. In our daily lives, we should remember Vaheguru and all that he has given us. However, it has not and will not always be easy. In this generation and country, it has been increasingly easy to stray from Sikh values. Some people may choose to cut their hair and go against what our Gurus had worked so hard to protect, making it so difficult to remain connected with Naam. These obstacles will not go away and will continue to test us in our path to being good Sikhs, which is why it is crucial for us to find ways to overcome them. This is why doing Nitnem or Kirtan can be so important. We hear and repeat what the Gurus have taught us and relearn the ways of a Gursikh to immerse ourselves in the Gurbani so that we will not stray from the path that they have written for us. In times of stress and struggle, the mind becomes so clouded it is difficult to think of anything clearly. Personally, my thoughts will be racing and I won't be able to make sense of anything. But one time, my Kirtan teacher had us repeat a sargam while doing Naam Simran, and by focusing on that, all the other stress that we had melted away, and we were able to come back with a clear mind. And this is the power of Naam, the power of Simran, the power of Vaheguru, that empowers a Sikh. Essentially, if we make it a habit to repeat Naam Simran and prioritize it in our lives, we will be able to see improvement in how we act, think, and follow the teachings of Gurbani. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Sanjeet Singh. Huh? 1 minute, Sanjeet. Sahib Singh, Maryland. No speech?
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today I am here to talk about Naam, the divine name of God. In Sikhism, Naam is the main piece that ties it all together. It is mentioned repeatedly throughout Shabads, Nitnem, and Bani. It is more than just a name. It is the bridge between soul and Vaheguru. Naam is the foundation that leads you to being closer with Vaheguru, spiritual growth, and inner peace and calm. Even as young Sikhs, it's possible to fit time for Naam in our daily lives. On the way to school, you can recite Naam. On a plane, recite Naam. It can start through Path, meditating, and living a humble lifestyle. In this day and age, people often get distracted by social media or in their educational prowess. We can slowly overcome the urge to scroll on TikTok or watch YouTube by dedicating a set amount of time every day for Bani, Path, Shabads, or recite God's name. Every day, increase the time by little increments by going from 5 minutes on the first day to 10 minutes on the next. When you recite Naam or read Bani, you are strengthening your connection with Vaheguru. When doing that, reciting God's name brings him closer to you, forming a stronger bond. During the 1984 campaign, a group of Sikhs reciting Naam were forced to fight the resourceful Indian army. The army outnumbered them, had more weapons and more training. But because of the Naam the brave Shaheeds were reciting, they managed to hold off the force for 4 whole days to allow innocent souls to escape the violence. This is the power of Naam. In the face of difficulties, reciting Naam and Bani can calm people down. During tyranny, Banda Singh Bahadur received extensive faith by reciting Naam and Nitnem to fight back. By embracing Naam, Vaheguru, and Bani, we can better our lives and also uplift our fellow Sikhs and community to follow that path. As we move forward, we have designated time for Nitnem or Naam that is untouched no matter what happens physically or mentally. This must be emphasized due to the distractions online or outside. Having time to get closer to Vaheguru is the way to go. Vaheguru allows us to achieve anything we want to, so by prioritizing Naam Simran, we get closer to Vaheguru. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Sajgor, Texas.
हर जियो किरपा करे ता नाम ध्याइयै जियो सतगुर मिलै सबाए सहज गुण गाइयै जियो वाहिगुरू जी का खालसा वाहिगुरू जी की फतेह.
As we contemplate the significance of Naam and our relationship with it as Sikhs, we can refer back to the very basic definition of Naam in Gurbani. Naam is the absolute essence of Sache Paatshah. Gurbani emphasizes that the only way to meet the true Guru is through Naam Japna, because the Naam of Sache Paatshah is Sach itself. Without that Sach, none of our good karam mean anything, and none of our bad karam are lessened. Thus, all of our practices as Gursikhs are only sweetened with the ras of Naam, and that is when our efforts into our relationship with Sikhi really begin to show. Of course, there are 1,001 excuses to skip out on chanting the Guru's truth. The number one reason in our age is a lack of time or mental energy. We often get caught up in the stress of life and forget to take aside time for our faith. However, this can be easily solved by finding little ways to incorporate Nitnem and Kirtan into your life. On many a late night of studying, I myself play Naam Simran or Biras Kirtan as background music to keep me grounded in an otherwise extremely stressful environment. However, in all actuality, the only true solution to this is to train your mind. A Gursikh must be willing to invest energy and willpower into disciplining their mind and setting aside time for the Guru. For example, I have one friend whose busy schedule only allows for him to wake up at 3 a.m. to do his Naam Simran and daily Nitnem.
Furthermore, if we look at the situation from a historical context, we can refer back to the countless Sikhs who took to the jungles in the 1700s to preserve and protect their Qaum. Without a doubt, their challenges were substantially more difficult than ours, and still they constantly remained in Chardi Kala. Where else could this level of strength, both physically and mentally, come from other than the Naam of Sache Padshah? Charan Sharan Gur Ek Penda Jaye Chal, Satgur Kot Penda Agya Hoye Let Hain. The Guru will always present us with the opportunity to take those steps to become closer to the Almighty. However, we must be the ones to take those steps ourselves. Thus, we each have endless capability to partake in Naam Japna and attain the strength of the Shaheeds that came before us. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Surgeon Gore VA.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I first want to start out with a fact. Everything we know, from our shoes, our clothes, our phones, it's all temporary and it can go within a second. However, beyond all of this, there's one eternal truth, something that has always existed and will always exist, and that is Naam. Guru Nanak Dev Ji teaches us this concept when he explains that humans appeared later in the universe's timeline. And it was through Akal Purakh that humans came to be. However, after the creation of us humans, our world became materialistic. Humans, they lost sight of Sat, which means truth, Nirankar, which means formless, and Kartar, which means creator. And this is the eternal truth, which is what humans lost track of. So the only way to reach this eternal truth is through what Guru Arjan Dev Ji taught us in Sukhmani Sahib, which in English roughly translates to there's 24 hours a day. O Nanak, Naam is the medicine in his mind. In fact, this medicine is so powerful that if we look back into our Sikh history, we can see that in 1984, it was this medicine that kept Sikhs going during the anti-Sikh riots. And I believe that it is this medicine that's needed right now in Punjab. The Punjabi youth has faced to drugs, and Naam is the only solution to this problem. A way that I think that GHISS campers can take charge of this is maybe we can start a social media campaign to get Sikh youth back into Sikhi and get them back into Naam. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Sohavi Kaur Marilyn.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Naam is not just a word, it is a way of connection with Vaheguru and a guide that allows us on a path towards God. Our Gurujis emphasize Naam. For example, Guru Arjan Dev Ji the Adi Granth, which includes many teachings about the power of Naam. We incorporate Vaheguru and Nam in our daily lives by meditating and repeating Nam and Simran. However, there might be numerous obstacles in our daily lives, such as school and work, that may keep us busy from staying connected with Nam. As it says in Rahras Sahib, Bei Prabat Manuk te Horia Gobind Milki Eteri Bariya Avarkar Teri Kite Na Kam Nilsad Sangat Baj Keval Nam, which means in this life, this human body is the only chance to attain Nam and become one with Vaheguru. It is important for us to strive, even if it's only a few minutes a day, to do Nam Simran. The Nitname is another crucial element that allows us to stay connected to Nam. By doing Nitname, we are continuously keeping in touch with Gurbani and Guruji. I realize that Nam is remembering Vaheguru, but also knowing that everything happens according to God's will. One thing that comes up to my mind when I think about this is Chardikala, the state of mind where there are feelings of joy and positivity, no matter what the circumstances are. Nam plays a major role in our lives, and by reciting Nam, we can gain inner peace. Nam gives us the ability to be still and be present with all the chaos of the world around us. Nam gives us a chance to connect with ourselves and Vaheguru. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Is there anyone who wrote a speech that didn't say one? Okay. So that concludes the level 3 speech competition for GHISS this year.